Yo, 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 you game dev legends. Welcome back. It's your boy at it again with another tutorial. In this one, we will be fixing the sprint so it's actually good and not this janky thing I created last time where it is always sprinting at the start. Like if I press play now, it's always sprinting. We are going to fix that. And yeah, we're going to make it into a function, which will just make the game run smoother and everything will just run a lot better. Right, so first of all, you want to go down to your blueprint, wherever your blueprint is. So third person character. I will just give you a tip right now from the man himself, me. Copy this regularly. Whilst working on my previous project, or my current project, but in another save file, my third person character blueprint, see that, what the fuck is that? My third person character blueprint crashed and then Unreal crashed, and then when I relaunched it, my capsule has changed itself to a root component, which also means the mesh disappeared, the cameras disappeared, the character movement, all these settings here disappeared, and there was no way to undo it because there's no backup save or anything cool like that because it's fuck Unreal. Oh. Right, anyway. What you guys want to do is you want to head over to anywhere really, and we're going to go up to the functions thing on the left hand side over here. We're going to click the plus, and we're just going to call this sprint on, sprint off, toggle. There we go. Do toggle sprint like that. Toggle sprint. So what we've done now, we've created a separate, kind of like a function is what kind of like a separate blueprint. It's like a blueprint that you hide away so it doesn't get too crusty up in here. Plus there's functions, there is actions in functions that are not in blueprints, and there are actions in blueprints that are not in functions. So picking and deciding the right ones to go where is the hard part. But anyway, we're going to click on this. We would like to add an input first of all. Yeah, we'll call it a boolean, and we'll just call it can sprint for now. Well, I'll probably change that later on because when I add a stamina system, can sprint will probably already be used. So whatever, we'll just call it as can sprint for the time being. Right, then we want to come over to our variables on this left hand side over here, and we want to create a variable. Ow. So we're going to press the plus. Okay, we're going to keep it as a boolean. Is sprinting. Is sprinting or sprinting, it doesn't matter. So is sprinting. Then we also want to add two more. We'll just do both of them right now. We're going to type in, should we call it max? Yeah, we'll just talk about max speed. Ouch. Actually, no. Okay, we'll just call it run speed. Run speed. Right, just going to make this a float. Boink. We're going to click the plus again to add another float, and then walk speed. Right, so if we go back to our blueprint, let me just click compile, because then that will add the option to add the speeds in. If we go back to our event graph up here, and then we click on our character movement, last time we changed these a little bit. So our max walk speed is 500, okay? And we had them here. It's actually 500, but here it's actually 600. A bit weird, but whatever. We'll just keep it at 500, just so it's a bit slower. It doesn't really matter. You can change it to as fast as you like. So we got 500, and then we'll put it as like 200 for the walk speed. So we get run speed, 500 over here. Just remember where these are, and 200, because you'll want to remember where your walk speed and your run speed are, because if your character is running, like just say you have downloaded or bought or created your own animations, when your character is running, if it looks like they are ice skating, we've all seen it in games where that animation isn't smooth and it doesn't look like the steps are actually connecting with the ground, they kind of slide a little bit like the ice skating. That is because the animation speed and your actual character run speed is not correct. And the easiest way to adjust that, rather than adjusting the whole animation itself, just come in and you can just drop your speed down a little bit. Like on my main project, I think my max run speed is like 366.542 or something strange like that. Like I had to tweak it right in just to get it perfect, so it didn't look like these animations I was using, which I don't like anymore, but I'm using them still anyway for the time being. These animations I got and are using wasn't sliding across the floor because it looks horrendous. Right, anyway, stop yabbering. Right, we're now going to go back to our toggle. And we're going to pull out a is sprinting. And we'll just put it here for the time being. And we want to get is sprinting. Right, oh, I'm pulling off of it already. I forgot you could pull off of the words. So is sprinting, right? And then we're going to pull this out as well. And let's just grab a branch for the time being. Oh my god, fat fingers. It's because I have a new keyboard and I'm just still not used to it. Oh shit. Alright, branch. Let's make this straight. So it's nice and tidy. Right, I'm going to pull this can sprint out. I'm just going to put an equals. That's an add Java. Come on now, son. Equals equals or equals. I'm going to connect these two together. And then we'll just connect this into here. Nice and tidy. Yum, 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 yum. We don't need to worry about the true. The true does not matter right now. Right, so what we want to do now is we are going to get our character movement. We can just get it by grabbing it over here and dragging it in. Boing. And then we're going to drag this. Right, this is going to, the bit is going to be a bit confusing. Right, we're going to set max walk speed. So you'd think, oh, why can't we just use the set from over here? The set from over here does not work because we need a target. We do and we don't need a target. This is for the sprint command. This is just for the overall blueprint itself. Right, so let's close this. Anyway, right, connect the false to this. Blink. Right, let's just pull this down here so we've got a bit of room to work with now. Right, let's pull off of here. We're going to work our way backwards right now. So we're going to select. We want to select float. So there we go. Bloop. All this is going to do is pick between a 1 and a 2, basically. And that is it. A 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. So that we should be able to pull off of here now. And click. Can sprint. See, get can sprint. Add this to here like so. And then we're going to get our walk speed and our run speed. Okay, so walk speed. Just get. I believe if you hold shift and pull off. No, okay, it's control. If you hold control and pull off, it'll just do a get automatically, so you don't have to keep clicking on the get. So A, blink, B, blink, and just make it look nice. Oh, alright, fuck off then. I'm trying to make you look nice. Nice and neat. Alright. So far, so good. Let's just compile and save just so we don't accidentally sugar this up. Alright, so over here we have a is sprinting. Right now we need to set is sprinting. Trust me, it's very confusing, but it also makes a lot of sense. Right, set sprinting. Alright, let's just put this in here. Ready? And now it's going to kind of loop on itself because we're going to also get can sprint. Right, so pull this off. Boop. Can sprint. Oh. Spread. Can sprint. Get can sprint. Right. We'll do this here. Tuck it underneath here and make it nice and neat because if you ain't got neat blueprints, what you doing? Yo. I could probably pull all these and just tuck these here if I wanted to as well. Maybe even here. Whatever. Right, so that should be okay for the time being. We will come back to this later on and adjust a few things when I add in the stamina system. That is going to be a long video though, that's for sure. Right, so over here we have our really cruddy sprint system, which does work temporarily. It would not make it past QA. They'd be like, what the hell is this junk? It's like, because otherwise if you had a stamina system in your game and your stamina system works when you hold the shift key or you hold the sprint button. With this, you always have sprint. So as long as you didn't press, let's just say the B button or circle in your game as soon as you press start, like doing a button check, if you didn't press the sprint button, you'd sprint through the whole game at a higher speed as well, because this sprint right now is a 600 and my max sprint is set as 500. So that's why this sprint that I showed you last time was just a quick job. Doesn't work. It isn't going to be very good. So yeah, let's fix that. So back into our blueprint. Let's just delete all of this. Boop, 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 boop. Goodbye. Here is something else we need to do as well. We need to go over to our variables. We are going to... I added this last time. The backwards. Oh, I added it in here, didn't I? Did I not? Yeah, IA backwards. Okay. So if we go into our inputs real quick. You don't need to follow me with this bit. I'm just checking. I got sprint backwards. Yeah. Okay. So what we want to do from here is I need... This is for a hold sprint, not a toggle sprint. I call it a toggle sprint. I should probably just change this to hold sprint, but we'll keep it as toggle sprint. Doesn't matter. Actually, wait, can I change the name of this now? There we go. Hold sprint. Right. We need 3 hold sprints, my boys and girls. Whoever's listening. Right. 1, 2, 3. I will explain very soon when we need 3. Well, number 1 is complete. When we're complete, we're done sprinting. So we're going to go back to walk. Okay. And number 2, we need this is for in a minute. We need a branch. Right. We're going to add the branch in here. We're going to put true to the top one, false to the bottom one, and just tick the middle one. So yes, we can sprint. We'll add the condition in a second, right? So now with this, we have a sprint. Now we can walk, but nothing happens. Da 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 da. The reason nothing is happening is because there's a condition. This ticked, but there is no conditions. Like if we untick this, now we can sprint. But we are going to add a condition. It's not just going to be a tick box. We are now going to make a condition. And that is going to fix the issue of sprinting backwards like Michael Jackson. So yeah, we want to stop that. We don't want no moonwalking in my game. Thank you very much. It's a horror game, not a Michael Jackson tribute game. Thank you very much. So basically, how are we going to do that? So for our movement input, this is where it's going to get a bit confusing. Kind of, not really, but it will. Right, so we want to click on this line, and we're going to add another point here. I could have used this point here, but I want to keep it tidy, yo. Oh, of course it does that when it goes boop, 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 and you can't just put it in the straight line, for God's sakes. Right, so off of here, we want to pull off, and we want a, no, this one, a less than. So if it's less than 0, okay? Then we're going to right click on this value and we want to promote it to a variable so it becomes its own thing over here. And we're just going to call this backwards, like our IA button we did before. Like we did the key for S for backwards. This is also going to be for backwards. Right, let's just pull these up because you know I like my stuff tidy. Let's just pull this up to here. And this is going to go in between these two. Let's just pop and pop. Alright. I don't like the twisty twasties, but it'll do. Right, so now what also we want to do is we're going to come back up here to our sprint. We now have a backwards. You see where we're going? We're now going to get backwards. Let's just line this bad boy up. Shove it into here. Click go. And see if that worked. We now cannot sprint backwards. Yeah, so we can now sprint forwards and without sprinting backwards. But you may have noticed if we press go, we're sprinting, then we press sprint, then the walk activates, which is kind of annoying, right? Because that means if I got my max sprint on shift set to 500, but my actual max sprint is at 600. If I don't press any buttons when I start the game, I'm going to be running higher than full speed forever, and I will not have a stamina system because the stamina works on a button being pressed down. the way I do it anyway. So what we need to do to fix that, just to show you again, press sprint, I'm quick. And then I press sprint and now I'm less quick. Right. So to fix that, we're going to come over to our character movement. Right, click it. And we're going to set our max walk speed to our actual walk speed. Not our run speed, which is our run speed. But our actual walk speed, which is 200. Something that confuses me a little bit. Confused me earlier as well, actually. I'm at 500 CMS, which is centimeters per second, obviously. But if you type in now 200 and press enter, it will do 2 meters a second. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's not what I want. And then if you type in 200 and press enter again, it will go to 2,000 or 20,000 CMS, which is not what we want. So now when I press compile, that 2 will change to 200. I don't know why it does that. I think it's just wean people into using the new way of 2 meters. I don't know. I don't remember it doing that on 5.3, but who knows. Right, so now if I press walk in, hold sprint, sprint in. I don't know, I keep doing club beats in my mouth, but whatever. But yeah, so that is sprinting on a function, and we can't walk backwards. There's no sprinting backwards. I mean, we can walk backwards, but we can't sprint backwards. We can even do a sick trick. Oh yeah. But yeah, so that is sprinting, nice and tidy, set up, so it all runs very well. Unlike how we had it with my other one, because that one was not good. So that's it for today. I think all we've got to do next time in the next video is we are going to do a quick turn. I have not figured out a good way of doing a smooth quick turn, but the way I've sorted out the quick turn for my game works great. So that's the way I'm going to show you how to do a quick turn or a U-turn or a 180, whatever you want to call it, where you just press this button and your character will spin around in 180 degrees. So I will be showing you how to do that in the next one. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. What English that is, I don't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've got a Patreon and a Twitter down below if you want to follow my game's progress. I will be posting screenshots, videos, and all that shit down there. And don't forget that you're a fucking legend. Peace!